Wow, it's great to be here again. My name is Simon Alakole Jemi, and this is Getting It Right with Pkay. All right, so today we're going to be looking at three different kinds of marriage. I don't know if you have watched this movie, like this olden days cowboy movie called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So there are three kinds of marriages also. We have the bad, the bland, and the blissful. And all these three kinds of marriage, they all have their characteristics and what makes them unique. All right, so today I will quickly be running through some of these characteristics. And one of the things I need also to understand is this: building a successful marriage takes effort, number one, and marriage, as we know, is the ideology of God. So it is something that is very important to God. So we make effort and we also trust God to lead us to be successfully married. So these are very, very important things that we need to know. So it is not even because we are trusting God does not mean that we are not going to put in our efforts to make it work. So remember this: the only thing that counts by itself in life is your age. So every other thing you must make it work by applying a lot of effort. Please let that sink in to our minds. So let's talk about the first one, the bad. This kind of marriage is characterized with chaos, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, right? Now, because of that, they fight. They do things together, but simply because they do not agree on anything. So everything they do together ends up in chaos. All right, they have frictions. The atmosphere is always very tense. They look out for each other's faults and find a way to use it as a weapon to eat at each other. Right? So they look for each other's weaknesses and use it against one another in that relationship. Okay, now they are lawless. Everything's out of control. Right? They do not look out for each other. The only reason why they would even pretend to is because they want to use it to harm each other. Okay, so another one is this: they work separately. Right? They do things separately. They don't follow a system. They don't have a guiding rule. They don't have values that guides the family. Right? They don't have a vision statement for themselves. Everybody does whatever they like, and nobody is controlling, nobody is in charge. Right? Now, they are roommates. They moved from being soulmates to roommates. Now they are roommates. They are just there. Right? And things are falling apart rapidly around them. So this particular kind of marriage, they need to visit a trained counselor to help them, or else it's going to lead to divorce. They are on the verge of divorce. Okay, now there is no intimacy, no understanding, and also effort has not been applied appropriately enough for this relationship to be restored. Now let's go to the bland guys, right? Now both partners are very careful, watchful, and they tread with caution when they are around each other. They are together, but not really present. Now, you see that it's not enough for you to be in a room with someone that you are not talking to. Do you understand? So because somebody is in the house with you does not really mean you are not alone. So this is like that kind of people when you have this relationship. Okay, so they appear to be fine on the outside, though they do things to impress people, but they are never making effort to build intimacy between themselves. So when you see them in the news, these are the people sometimes you see them wearing actually together everywhere. Okay, but between themselves there are issues. Okay, I heard of a story of this couple I was driving together, and all of a sudden you just see the car. You notice that the car was swerving to the right, to the left, and by the time, according to the story, um, the person that was narrating the story moved very close to them, so that both husband and wife were wearing. So the Sunday morning, they were wearing actually the same kind of clothes. Okay, the same kind of clothes, and there was a baby at the back. So it happens that the woman was trying to take over the control of the car, the steering wheel, from the husband while the vehicle was in motion. So you see that these people, they are dressed, they are well dressed, prepared to go to church. So they look as if everything is fine from the outside. They are trying to impress people, but they are not building intimacy between themselves. In the bad, there is no intimacy, there is no understanding. When you come to the bland now, there is no intimacy. There is a level of understanding, right? But the understanding they have of each other is because of what they stand to gain from each other, not to build and move the relationship forward. Okay, so let's move on. They are together for what they can benefit from each other, right? And nothing more. They fake appearances to look good in the sight of people. But lawful, they run their relationship based on rules and regulations, which must be adhered to. So they have a set rule. Remember, it's like a business kind of, a contract kind of relationship. They are selective. They stay on their lane. Everybody's minding their business. Their interactions are more business-like. Okay? And each partner chooses what part of the marriage that is more suitable and convenient for them. Okay, so now these guys, they are roommates. They move from soulmates to roommates. So they are in that marriage because of what they want to gain. They have set rules, and also take note of this. You do this while I do that. There is nothing that will make one of them do more than what he or she has decided to do part-time. So they are roommates. They are just in that relationship solely for their selfish interests. They've broken out of intimacy. They just have a level of understanding for what they stand to benefit. Yeah. In fact, some of them stay in separate houses. Right? It's so bad. Okay. Now, at this phase, it is necessary they also visit or consult a certified marriage counselor to help them go through this phase of the relationship. Now let's look at the third one, the blissful. Success in marriage is not automatic, right? It takes effort. This is a stage that can be sustained by following the right principles. So that means there are principles that needs to be learned. Efforts must be applied. Okay? There should be a regular checkup by the partners to know how they are doing. So these are the things that we need to do. So knowing the principles, knowing what to do is not enough. You need to do regular checkups. So people that visit the marriage counselors does not really mean that your relationship is having a problem, but you are trying to check the health of your relationship. How are both of you doing together? Okay, so it is fun-filled. The blissful is fun-filled. Every moment is fun-filled. They leave some level of excitement behind. Whatever they do is laced with excitement. These guys are bonded together. All right. They forgive each other. Why? Because they have put in a lot of effort. They have built a massive connection with each other that emotionally, the emotional bank account, there is enough credit to withdraw from. Okay, so they can easily forgive each other, because the memories that has been created is one of the memories, is a memory that is healthy. So once one of them go back, somebody can easily forgive, because you can just go back on the memory from the go back based on the memories and say, okay, maybe let me allow him or her this once, right? So forgiving is not very hard. Okay, they are lovely. They are always conscious of how they relate with one another, so that they won't hurt each other. So they are not looking out to bring you down. They are looking out to build you up. They might not know all the right things to do, but they do the right things they know. They might not know all that is right to do, but they do the right things they know. Their focus is mainly on the welfare and well-being of their partner. They have built systems. Simply because they are always doing things together, they would have been able to easily build a system of doing things effortlessly. So things just fall in place because of the system they built around each other. So these are the things that we need to understand. So they have built intimacy. There is a system that you master to the point where you can build intimacy with your partner, and they do this effortless. They don't think about it. It's now natural to them, because they are always looking out for each other's welfare, well-being, right? They're not there to tear each other down. So as soulmates, they are soulmates. They are not roommates, neither are they roommates. They are soulmates. They are connected because intimacy is there, and they're always trusting God to help them. I'm sure this has been able to help you to understand the three types of relationships. Sorry, the three types of marriages. Thank you once again. All right, please subscribe, turn on the notification button, and engage. Let's have the discussion. If this has blessed you, thank you very much. My name once again is Simeon Lakunejemi, and this is Getting It Right with Pkay.